why does moon not fall? This is my question. Why does moon not fall? You may say, sir, why at all moon should fall? Isn't it? Look, when you drop an apple from a certain height, it falls to the ground. Isn't it so? And you say, why is it falling? You'll give the reasoning as what? Tell me.
Gravity.
Gravity. You will say
Gravity, sir.
gravitational force
Gravity.
will make it fall to the ground, you say. But listen, if this is moon, sorry, if this is earth, for example, and if this is moon, supposedly going around the moon, around the earth in a circular orbit, let me put approximately. Say if I have moon here, even on moon there's a gravitational force acting due to earth, isn't it? If the same gravitational force is pulling the apple down, why not it is pulling the moon towards it, and why not moon is going and kissing the earth? Tell me now.
Sir, the
So
Earth's gravitational
the
pull
question is
not in the
justified, children.
Sir, the moon has some momentum, sir.
Moon has some momentum. Who is this?
Amar.
Amarnath, right? So moon has some momentum. Not a bad idea. Or you mean to say moon has a velocity, right? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Moon has a velocity. Amar, in what direction is that velocity? Good. Actually, Amarnath could give a reasonably right answer. But let me say, instead of saying momentum, I'll say there's a velocity like this, tangential to the path. Anytime, remember, children, when a particle is moving in a path, the velocity at that instant is along the tangent. That will come back later to explain in kinematics, but it's not so difficult. If a particle is going in a zigzag path also, at every point, the velocity is along the tangent, the instantaneous velocity at that instant. All right, Amar. He says moon has some velocity like that. That's why it doesn't fall. Very good answer, actually. Anybody else has some other answer? Quick.
the moon.
Sir, because of Earth mass.
Who is this? Dakshil. So this answer is very what you say, it entices you people to accept that answer. What is that? He says apple has less mass. That's what you're trying to tell?
No, sir. I didn't say that. I was saying that the moon's velocity is so fast that it escapes Earth's gravity a bit.
Tell me again.
Moon's speed is faster. Like, we need a certain speed to escape Earth's gravity and go into space. So in that way, if we see, the moon's speed is a bit quick, and that's why it is staying in an orbit rather than falling to Earth.
Okay, what he's trying to, the same thing like what Amarnath told, you are also telling the same thing, no? But some Earth's mass is big, something like that you told.
Mokshagnya, sir. Me, sir.
Moshagnya, somebody else. So Moshagnya, what did you say? Apple has a mass which is somewhat very less compared to the mass of the moon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is an answer which looks all right. Yeah, many people give that answer. Apple has less mass and moon has greater mass. So that's why apple is falling, moon is not falling. No. Remember, whatever the mass, the forces apple and earth apply on each other are same as the force the moon and earth apply on each other. Their action and reaction forces, children. So any other answer?
Sir, the distance between the earth and moon is more, so the gravitational pull is not that strong, maybe.
No. Anybody else? One more answer people keep telling is this. Apart from this, Apple has less mass and moon has greater mass. People tell there's a centrifugal force holding it. For a particle going in a
Yes,
circular
yes.
path, there's a centrifugal force holding it. That's why it doesn't fall, people say. What is this? Centrifugal force doesn't allow it to fall, people say. Allow it to fall, but makes it move in a circular path. In a circular path. And they say this, or they'll say centripetal force and centrifugal force are balancing. That's why it's going in a circular path, people say. Did you hear this also somewhere? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So Amar, is that correct? Is that what you're trying to tell, that velocity is there? So there is some force acting away like this, which is balancing the force acting like this?
Yes, sir.
Both the answers are so attractive because it makes some kind of what you call reasoning. Less mass, so it will fall. Greater mass, it won't fall. Or centrifugal force is holding it away, that's why it doesn't fall. Both the answers are going to be wrong. I'll explain it. But as I told you, I'll convert that into mathematics. Look at this. Amarnath actually gave almost the right answer, but if you mix up with this, that will be wrong. Okay, I'll go to the next page and explain it to you fast. Once again, think this is Earth and moon was going around like that. Okay, let me draw a little better figure. Meanwhile, if you have any answer, please tell me. You can give a more.
Sir, the force between Earth and Moon is so less that like it's not enough to pull Moon, I guess. Gravitational force.
Not proper.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, as you said, centripetal force will act towards inside, na sir, and tangent, that force will act towards outside, na sir, maybe because of that.
So you go with that statement, centripetal force and centrifugal force are balancing. Huh?
Centripetal and tangent, as you said in the last slide.
And there's no tangential force, Suhita. There's only velocity. If at all centrifugal force is going to be there, it will be away like that. And there is a centripetal force, people say. That's why it is staying in the orbit, people say.
Sir, even the Earth moves.
Enoch, tell me.
Sir, even the Earth also.
Huh?
How can you hear?
Enoch, I'm not able to hear.
Sir, even the Earth also moves.
Your voice is not clear, so I think your mic. Okay, listen to me. Say at some point moon is here, we'll think. And I told you there's a velocity for the moon, like Amarnath was pointing. That velocity is along the tangent. And there's a force towards center. How much is that force, you know? Newton's law of gravitation gives it. If the mass of Earth is m
by r square.
Yeah, if the mass of moon is m, yes. How much is that, Gurucharan? G
mm by r square.
R square. R is the distance from center to that. Or you can write, if you want, capital R if you want. The total distance from center to this is R. So moon has a velocity, but this force, gravitational force, is the reason for changing the direction of this velocity, basically. Remember it. Or I'll ask another question. Supposing this force suddenly disappeared, Gurucharan, what would have happened to moon? Amarnath?
Sir, moon would have
It
gone
would
out of its
go
orbit,
to
sir.
outer
Moon would have
space.
gone like that, isn't it? Huh? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Moon
Out of
would
its
have gone
orbit.
like that. Right? In a time t, how much distance moon would have covered in that direction? Vt. That means moon could have been here. Do you all agree that? I'll just put a little closer.
Yeah.
This velocity should be tangential, means really tangential, like this. So in the absence of gravity, moon would have gone some distance like that. The distance in a time t will be Vt, isn't it so? Hello. So
Yes.
you would have found the moon here. But because of this force acted upon by the Earth on it, moon would fall into the orbit like this. Once again, here also, the moon has a tendency to go along the tangent. But because of this force acting, it is turning. Supposing here gravity disappeared, it would have gone somewhere here. But gravity made it fall into the orbit again. This is what is happening. Very simple. You take one stone and tie it to a rope and turn it. Somebody comes and cuts that rope in the middle, or you leave it. It would go along the tangent or not? Huh? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Similarly, thinking that this gravity disappeared is something like cutting this rope in the middle. So moon would have gone there, but because force is there, it is falling. So in a way, it is falling. In a way, it is falling. Though it's not coming and touching the Earth, gravitational force is making it fall into the orbit. That matter, in the universe, everything is falling to everything. That's why in our Indian system, the universe or the world is called Jagat. Sanskrit word. Jagat means it keeps moving. You know, everything is falling towards everything. The whole universe is held by what you call gravity. There were velocities produced probably during Big Bang, when everything exploded like that. A lot of velocity was given to the subatomic particles. They condensed into planets or whatever. But that velocity is there. So moon had a velocity like this, but gravitational force of Earth is making it fall into the orbit. Do you agree now? Hello.
Yes.
Tell me quickly. No, my main point was to
Yes.
tell you that we require to talk in mathematical terms. Try to understand it. This is what Newton did. It's not mine. Try to understand. Newton was the first one to really talk like this. I'm making it look simple for you. He did a lot of maths. So now tell me, let us calculate how much it was falling. Call it y. This total distance r, you say, till here. So this angle is 90. Okay. So from the Pythagoras theorem, what will I get? I'll try to finish it fast. I'll bring this back again when I discuss circular motion and the centripetal, centrifugal, all those things. Remember, I have not used the word called centrifugal at all here. I told GMM by R square is a force acting towards center. Because there's a velocity, it doesn't come to the center, but continues to go like that. But so continues, it wanted to continue like that, but because of this gravity, it is falling back every time into the orbit. This is the force called centripetal force. GMM by R square provides required centripetal force. Centripetal force is just a name, force acting towards center. The force acting towards center is GMM by R square. That's all. Because of which the moon, which would have gone along a straight line in the absence of gravity is falling into the orbit. So supposing, why apple falls, apple has no velocity. Apple is at rest, so it will simply come like this. So this is a basic principle of a satellite, children. It's a basic principle of a satellite. You stand at some height and throw a body with a particular velocity called orbital velocity, it will go in a circular path. If I throw with a less velocity, it will fall like that. If I throw with zero velocity, it will fall like this. You understand the point? So velocity and force are two important things to decide the motion, how the motion happens. Can we know not by just force alone, not by velocity alone, but both of them put together, we'll understand it. Now I'll just use a little geometry, at school level. Yes.
Sir, if we exceed the orbital velocity, we will go out of orbit, sir.
It will, if it is exceeding orbital velocity, it will go in elliptical orbit. And if it exceeds even that, then it will go escaping in a parabolic orbit. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now look at this. From the Pythagoras theorem, I can write, if you know, r plus y whole square. Where is it, r plus y. And this is r square equals v square t square. Is it okay? Children?
No, sir. R square should be the RHS.
This is not
R
correct.
square should be on RHS.
Yes. Isn't it so? So this is the diagonal. So I should write r plus y whole square equals, tell me, r square plus
v square t square.
Correct. Expand this. R square plus y square plus 2ry is equal to r square plus v square t square. Okay. R square goes. And remember, though I told time t and so much distance I showed, this t is infinitesimally small. Small time. So where is moon here? Somewhere very close here, children. Very close. This is what actually Newton's contribution. He talked about infinitesimals and that developed into calculus later, derivatives and integrals. So when t is infinitesimally small, isn't y very small? Hello?
Yes.
So if y is small, y square is even smaller. So this y square is made 0. So what do I get now? 2ry is equal to v square t square. So y equals half v square by r t square. This is like half a t square, children. See, there's no velocity in this direction. Velocity is all in this direction. So initial velocity in this direction is u equals 0 only. Okay. So from a c equals ut plus half at square, I'll get this y equals half at square, where a looks to be what? V square by r, which is called in the popular language centripetal acceleration, the acceleration towards center. So what is this acceleration towards center? It is acceleration with which it would be falling into the orbit because the presence of gravity. Otherwise, it would be going away like that. So every time, every small time, it is falling back into the orbit because of this acceleration. Do you follow? So that's how you'll say that yes, velocity is there, but this force produces an acceleration called v square by r, due to which instead of going away from the orbit in every small time interval, it keeps falling back into the orbit with an acceleration v square by r. That's the explanation of saying why moon is not falling. Do you follow? If you followed, I'll go back to yes. Why the other two are wrong, I'll come back later. For the present, this much is enough. Yes, Vignesh.
Sir, so if we compare this to our topic of vectors, there is a force of the moon and there is a perpendicular force of the earth. So I think because the resultant force, the moon is staying in its orbit. Is that correct, sir?
No. There's only a single force.
Okay.
There's only a single force which is making the body go in a circular path. If you want to check this one, tomorrow do one small experiment. You go to a garden, along with you take some rope, tie it to your belly, and the other end you tie it to the trunk of the tree. Just somewhat pull it hard so that the string is taut, and then start running. What will happen to you? Tell me.
So at a certain distance, you'll stop, sir. Because
You'll run which way? Not away from the tree. Perpendicular to the rope, you start running.
You'll form a circular path, sir.
Yes. Who is making you go in a circular path? You know, the tension, the force developed in the rope.
Okay, sir.
So if I cut it, what will happen? You'll go straight.
Yes, sir.
So there's only a single force, no two force. Of course, there's a friction between the feet and the ground, which I'm ignoring for a while, which is small compared to the force in the string right now.
Same.
In fact, on a smooth surface also you can run in a circular path, provided you maintain a tightness in the rope and start running tangent to the path. I mean, perpendicular to this rope. Then you actually go in a circular path. So this is gravitational forces like that.
Okay, sir.
You understand my point? You are
Yes.
this moon is you. This is the tree to which you tied yourself with a rope. Think of no friction between your feet and the ground. But start running like this. You don't go that way. You will go in a circular path.
Circular path. Yes, sir.
Now I cut the rope. You'll just go along the tangent.
Yes, sir.
So in a way you're falling, I told you, because of this force here, GMM by R square. There, in the case of a rope, the tension, you call it. You are every time falling into the orbit through a small distance y, and that y has this acceleration. What is that? V square by R. Amarnath, tell me. And all this, where are we watching from, Vignesh? Probably you can say you're watching from the earth, but ignore the rotation of the earth and its revolution around the sun. You think when you're standing on the earth and watching, you'll think that earth is at rest. Then it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Or you may think you have one axis put through the center, which is not moving at all, and you're standing there and watching, you can think. Or you can think distant stars, fixed stars, you can think and stand watching from there, you think. So, you know that if earth were not attracting it, moon would have gone like that. Because of the attraction, it is falling every time into the orbit with an acceleration v square by r. So what Amarnath told in the beginning is right. Moon had a velocity, but how the velocity is being changed? By the gravitational force producing an acceleration every time towards the center. Acceleration towards the center does not mean the body should come to the center. Try to understand. It will fall into the orbit. So in one sense, it is falling, but not falling and touching the earth. But why the apple is falling? Apple has no velocity. Supposing if I stand here and throw the apple like this, even at a small height from the earth, if there was no air and no buildings, if I throw it with, say, for example, around 8 kilometers per second, even the apple would become a satellite. 8 kilometers per second is very big velocity. Try to understand. Do you follow? Why apple? Just this pen you throw like that, you can make it a satellite. Of course, our problems are there here. If I throw this one, it will go and hit the wall. Wall is not there. It's all the path is free for the pen, and no air. Air will reduce the speed. So if I somehow give it a velocity called 8 kilometers per second, it doesn't touch the ground. It just keeps going around the ground. All right. So just remember this. Why did I do? It's not just mere talk in physics. Everything will be put in mathematical terms. So the centrifugal force comes for a different reason, that which I did not discuss. And the masses do not affect the force one applies on the other. That elaboration I'll do sometime later, but this is all for today. Okay. All right. And this is not my derivation. It is Newton's derivation. Okay.